guys, welcome back to Tigre Gitana. My name is Abby, and today we are going to be doing the third eye video, healing video for the week of the 15th to the 22nd. So this is going to be interesting because, as I said last week, the top two chakras are really hard for people to work with because a lot of them are just blocked. A lot of people's third eyes are blocked. A lot of people's crowns are blocked. That's just the reality of energy and the reality of people's truth and the reality that people just kind of live in the ground or the pretty much middle areas of their own chakras for the most part. So the third eye, when you start going higher up, there's always going to be a blockage. There's always going to be a blockage for people because people don't know how to work with it. And it's not necessarily that it's super difficult. It's just that it was more valued in ancient times to work with these areas because these are the areas that gave you the insight that you needed. And insight is important. That's why you're watching this video. So what is going to, I'm going to be doing the reading from the 15th to the 22nd for our third eye. What is our blockage for our third eye this week? What is it? Ten of Pentacles in reverse. What is our blockage for our third eye this week? I mean, I know we're having root chakra problems this week, so I'm not surprised that that came up in our third eye chakra. I'm just not. What is our blockage? What is our blockage on our third eye this week? You know that Libra balance was going to come back. You know I'm going to talk about it. You already know. You already know. Our blockage in our third eye this week. What is our blockage in our third eye chakra this week? Okay. The Knight of Cups. And then the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. How can we best heal this energy this week? Four of Cups in reverse. How can we best heal this energy this week? The Fool. The Fool has literally been in almost every reading I've done for the chakra videos this week. May we best heal our third eye this week. Whew. Okay. Bottom of the deck. Three of Pentacles. Six of Cups. So then we have Four of Swords, Ten of Wands, Page of Swords. Not surprised because I feel like the guidance for each week is going to be the same for the crown and third eye until it starts getting spicy. But for our blockage, I'm not surprised about this because when you're not grounded, when your root chakra has issues, when your throat chakra has issues, when you're having issues in other chakras, you are not going to have an open third eye. Especially when they're as extensive as all of them. Like if all of your chakras are a hot mess, you're not going to be at that level where you're going to be able to open it. And so everything, you're not going to be following everything, and you're not going to be able to, you'll get caught in deceptions and you'll get caught up in everything because your intuition is not where it needs to be. One. Two, you're not as grounded as you need to be. You're not, you're just not in the place where you need to be from the bottom up. And so because of that, you're not balanced. You get stuck in situations that are toxic. You get stuck in situations that you can't see who is in control, who the enemy is, who is actually has the upper hand, how your emotions are getting played on, how you're not being able to see who's manipulating you. Are you the person giving or are you below? Like, are you blind to see what's actually going on? And then what actually ends up happening is that you're not actually putting in the work to kind of get this clarity, get this balance, get in the place that you need to be in order to heal that. You're more lost. It's just, there's a loss there. There's a, when people don't have their third eye open, what happens is that they don't know why stuff is happening to them. They don't understand why the same thing keeps happening to them. They don't understand why they're stuck. They don't understand the meaning. They can't put the synchronicities together. They can't put, they can't get the messages. They can't get the downloads. They lack the connection to spirit, because their crown is also going to be blocked, of course. So they can't get those downloads. They're not working with their ancestors. They're not grounded. They're not in peace. They're not happy. They're not emotionally content. And so because they can't see the answer, even though the tool to see the answer is right there, they stay lost and bitter. And that blockage stays that way. It just stays being a blockage. And so the way we heal that is to not stay bitter. It's to not stay bitter. You have to put in the work in order to see the results to what you want to see. You have to put in the world. If you want to seek to understand, if you seek to understand, then you actually, you're going to get to the point where you do, but you still need to put yourself in this situation where you're actually seeking to do these things. If you're actually putting in the work so you can go deeper with yourself, mentally, emotionally, just with your intuition. If you're trying to straighten that, keep doing the work. Also, don't doubt your intuition either. And make sure that you're balancing out the other chakras, because you're not going to have a strong third eye if your other ones are like flimsy and not where it needs to be. You're not going to be able to get where you need to go. And it's like, continue to push through even when it's hard, because you're going to have that clarity and that breakthrough. You're going to have that. Those messages are going to start flowing. But there's still a lot of work that needs to be done, as you can see from the rest of the chakra videos, because a lot of people's chakras are just blocked right now. So don't give up. Keep working on it. Keep working on that space, but work on the other spaces. You cannot go like jump chakras and just be like, I'm just gonna work on my third eye and it's just gonna be up here and everything else is a hot mess. You cannot. It has to be a balance of all of these things. It needs to be in a balance. So if this is something that you want to do, whether in the future or you're working towards it now, you need to make sure your other ones are good. You need to. You need to. When you're at your most, almost like it's like a humbling of your spirit in a way. But when you're at your most free with yourself energetically, and you've worked on those areas, then you can go into the space, and then the space will be able to provide you the clarity that you need, the way you need it. But this is not an easy chakra to work on. It's one of the toughest to work on. So don't give up and work with your intuition. And the best way to do that is to work with crystals that really help with third eye work. Amethyst is one of the go-tos. I use lapis. I always have like a grounding stone and like one of the top 3 chakra stones, which just flows with intuition and communication. So I use lapis for that, and then I use grounding for my roots, and then garnet is also great for sacral work. So they pretty much work with multiple chakras, but I always have one grounding one hand, one elevating on the other, and that's kind of how I work on it without even like actively like having to do all of the work while I'm about going on in life. I'm just balancing out both sides of my energy. And then if I'm putting any other crystals, I make sure consciously that I am picking like if I'm putting a grounding, then I'll stack a one that's elevating on this hand, and then I'll put a grounding on this hand. So there is a grounding and a balance of both of my energies. And then I'll probably wear a necklace that will be what where I want my energy to be at. So I'll put a smoky quartz if I want to stay grounded. I'll put on citrine if I want to stay like keeping my solar plexus on fire and like alive and happy. I'll wear my citrine. Like, I'm very much conscious of how I balance my energies with crystals. So definitely seek that if you want more help with it. Work with crystals. So that's a great tool to work on when you're trying to balance out the energies all over your body and also in your third eye. So keep doing the thing. Also, for those who still need to do a lot of like energetic healing, get your Reiki done. Get a Reiki session. It's one of the best things to do to balance your chakras and really heal some of those traumas that need to be healed in your body. Get a Reiki done, because it's going to help you continue to unlock these spaces. If you wanted to get your like certification, your practitioner certification, even if you get Reiki 1 done, it's amazing, because at least you learn how to heal yourself and you can give yourself this healing as you're going through, you know, through the weeks, through the days, through the weeks, through the months, through whatever. And then so you can heal yourself and you don't always have to count on somebody else to do it. So it's nice to have that ability to just be like, okay, well, maybe I just need to pull back and just come back to myself. And then you do that to yourself, and you don't always need to count on somebody else to do it for you. You know what I mean? Some people love to do that. Some people love to go to others to get their healing, and I get it. But you also have to understand that you are the master of your own reality. You are the creator. So you need to align yourself with that. You can't always count on everybody else to be the healer. You can heal yourself. You have the power to heal yourself. And so it's easy to just literally go to a restaurant and get food because you don't want to cook, but you can also, you have the ability to cook yourself. You know, you have the ability to heal yourself through your hands with your food. So it's important to give yourself the time to do these things. Now for this, for the third eye, I'm always going to use this deck for the third eye, because the Isis Oracle is very much a spiritual deck. It deals with spiritual work, and it focuses on spiritual growth and spiritual prosperity. So I'm always going to use this deck for the third eye chakra reading, except for next week when I'm just going to do the chakra reading in general, and I'm just going to pull from whatever deck, oracle deck I take to Grenada with me. Whew. So third eye messages from the Isis Oracle. Hold on. Whew. These cards are so big, and my hands always feel so small when I have them in my hands. However, I do like the size of them. I just wish they were like a smidge smaller. Like a smidge. Like an inch. It would have been fine. I do have the pocket version as well, because I like having it in my bag and just pulling them out when I need guidance randomly outside somewhere. And I've just been carrying my tarot decks and stuff when I'm hanging out with the girls, because they you know, some more often than not, like, I'm gonna need to whoop the cards and answer something. So it's kind of awesome. Yeah, so there's that. So guidance for this week for our third eye. Okay, that was fast. So we got Rising Sun, the Divine Solar Child Reborn. So we're actually going to talk about this, because as we're going into Scorpio season is sneaking slowly. I don't know if y'all noticed this. But Scorpio season has been sneaking slowly. Like, Libra season has been kind of moving really quickly. And it's coming up really fast. And with Venus in Scorpio, Jupiter in Scorpio, it's gonna be next month. The moon's gonna be in Scorpio while the sun is in Scorpio. So there's gonna be that stellium happening in the planets. It's gonna be there. There's a lot of this reborn and rebirth energy happening. That's what this is. This is the Phoenix rising situation. There's a lot of death that's gonna be happening, both physically and both in actual the baggage that needs to be let go of, letting go. I will tell you this: Scorpio is, while they rule the sacral space, they're also one of the most intuitive signs in the whole zodiac, and it's something, their ability to see truth specifically is something that a lot of signs struggle with. all of the water signs are really good at it. Scorpio is really good at this, but this is the kind of energy that we're taking on, because we're bringing in this, we're letting go of all the baggage from all of our other chakras as well. We're letting go of all the baggage so that we can start fresh. This is the rebirth. This is the rebirth. This is a new energy, new way to be ourselves, new way to be ourselves. That is a key phrase right there. New way to be ourselves. There's something fresh. There's something needs to change. Something's got to give. Something just has to give, because this is very much about being the best version of you. The best version of you, because you have to die sometimes in order to, like, you know, when you're playing video games and you done died because you got shot, because you went into the side, and now you know, like, it's like that. Like, Scorpio season is that energy of getting that second chance to do things in a different way, to be a better version of you, to be a more knowledgeable version of you, to be stronger. That's really what it's about. And the third eye, you need to be in the place where you're physically strong, where you're in the rest of your chakras are strong. You're balanced out in order for you to really properly use this space, because it takes a lot of people a long time to open this chakra. And sometimes they open it and they're not ready. And it's just like, it messes up a lot of things. Also, if you have been working on this chakra, pay attention to your dreams. This is really important. But don't be afraid to let go. Don't be afraid to start fresh. There is a rebirth happening, whether you like it or not. We're getting pushed into it. We're already getting pushed into it. I'm going to be riding through it. I've been saying it since the summer. I told y'all since the summer. I was like, we could either be having all of this, you know, we could either be having great ass sex, which is like one of the best forms of Scorpio energy to play with, or, because they rule sex, we're gonna be either having great ass bomb ass sex, or we can be like having to go through all these releasing traumas and doing all this stuff and rebirthing and all this stuff. We can either be doing that or that. And some of us will have to go through the latter, because you haven't been putting in the work, and now work needs to be put in order for us to become the thing. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. I will see you guys in the crown reading for the next video, and tonight for the ancestor video that I'm going to do. Stay tuned for that. I'm really excited for that one. Anyway, don't forget to subscribe and everything. All my links and stuff will be down below. Mwah.